The U.S. is an Arctic nation by virtue of Alaska's geography. The remote and harsh environment there results in short operating seasons and other unique challenges, requiring extensive collaboration with international and regional partners. To this end, NOAA cooperates with academic, regional, state, and indigenous stakeholders. We also rely on and support our federal partners in the Coast Guard, Navy, Army Corps of Engineers, and the Departments of Interior and Energy, all of whom, including NOAA, are part of the Interagency Committee on the Marine Transportation System. NOAA services and products related to navigation, weather, and emergency response science are featured heavily in parts of the CMTS 10-year prioritization of infrastructure needs in the U.S. Arctic. We have been working to increase NOAA's presence in the Arctic since 1870, when the Coast and Geodetic Survey schooner Yukon surveyed Alaskan waters and our Arctic work began. I will give a general overview of NOAA's services, but focus mostly on our navigation services that support maritime commerce, emergency response, and environmental stewardship in the Arctic. NOAA is committed to producing reliable marine transportation, weather and hazard assessment, and other services to safeguard life, property, infrastructure, and security in the Arctic. This work also allows stakeholders and constituents to make informed decisions that protect Arctic communities, economies, and ecosystems. NOAA's navigation services, notably our nautical charts, are essential to moving goods and services safely and efficiently in the Arctic. Nautical charts are built upon the core NOAA competencies and responsibilities: positioning, tides and water level data, shoreline mapping, and hydrographic surveying. NOAA supports accurate positioning through the National Spatial Reference System. This is the national coordinate system managed by our National Geodetic Survey that allows us to make precise spatial measurements. To continue our efforts to make the system more accurate, NOAA completed the collection of airborne gravity data on mainland Alaska last year. We are planning on returning to Alaska in 2020 to complete surveys of the Aleutian Islands. Along the coast, NOAA's National Water Level Observation Network provides long-term observations to inform the decisions of increasingly vulnerable Arctic communities. In cooperation with the Alaska Ocean Observing System, AOOS, NOAA is developing portable, low-cost systems to fill information gaps in the Arctic. This will allow the National Weather Service to provide improved storm surge warnings and forecasts in small coastal communities. The scale of the hydrographic surveying requirement in Alaska and the Arctic is vast. Over the past 3 years, NOAA and its contract partners acquired 1,500 square nautical miles of Arctic survey data. Our survey plans for 2019 include an extensive set of project areas in Kuskokwim Bay. NOAA's 51-year-old survey vessels and our survey contractors are an essential component of the balanced hydrographic survey program NOAA employs in Alaska and across the nation. NOAA continually works with our stakeholders to inform our survey priorities. Our Federal Advisory Committee, the Hydrographic Services Review Panel, convened in Juneau last year in August for just this purpose. The CMTS 2015 report on vessel traffic through the Bering Strait predicts that it will increase 500% by 2025, along with the risk of oil and other hazardous material spills. NOAA supports the Coast Guard response by providing oil spill modeling, tools, and data management, including the Arctic Environmental Response Management application, known as IRMA. Last August, NOAA participated in a mutual aid deployment exercise on Alaska's North Slope oil field and provided oil spill response training to over 200 industry and state and federal representatives. With 3% of the Arctic Circle within Alaska, international cooperation is also critical for the success of our efforts. NOAA participates in the Arctic Council and its working groups, such as the Protection on the Arctic Marine Environment and Arctic Monitoring and Assessment Program. NOAA is also a member of the Sustaining Arctic Observations Network and the Arctic Regional Hydrographic Commission. Thank you again for the opportunity to testify today and discuss NOAA's Arctic marine navigation and related services. I appreciate the subcommittee's time and attention and look forward to answering your questions.